All right, we have Russo on with us tonight from the
Not
truck.
late.
We're
Not late.
Late.
I was not late.
He was late.
I was here 20 seconds before Cash. We're starting late because we're having a little chit chat. Not me.
So, I'll point out both of you showed up 1 minute before the show was supposed to start. So,
We were not
time.
late.
Actually, it's really Casey's fault for us starting late because he has control of hitting when we go live. So
Bam.
it's really on Casey.
yeah, really, is it?
It's the white guy's fault.
All right, we're just going to get
Always.
this started. And there we go.
I like that
So
intro.
since I am running this, what?
I like that intro. And these chips
Dude.
are really good. I'm really hungry right now.
Are you horngry or hungry?
Oh, it's the other way. My bad.
Wait, what in the world are we doing? I do not
Who
see
knows?
any reactions on this video right now, guys. Unless Facebook is down and it's going to crash again, we need to have some more.
We've got some viewers. We've got about almost 60 people watching. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Casey, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about Super Tuesday, of course. That is the most important thing to talk about. I didn't mention it. We should probably touch on Facebook dying today, which was absolutely hilarious. And the memes coming
people
out.
lost their People lost their shit today. You know what I did when I realized Facebook was down? When I seen you guys texting me?
Pulled your pants down.
Because actually Erica messaged me this morning freaking out. She's like, I'm gonna break my phone if somebody hacked my accounts. And I'm like, okay, look, whatever. I didn't care. I was like, oh, maybe they deleted my shit because my Facebook was down and my Instagram was down. So maybe they got me again. And it felt so good to not care. I literally didn't care. I was like, whatever, I'll start a new one.
You know what?
Officially blacked out.
Do you know the saying for that? It means go touch grass. And a lot of people need to be doing more of that. And they are just not. They are not.
But okay, didn't you? But just from a conversational standpoint, this one was a little bit different. There's a couple things. First off, it was it's a primary day. It's Super Tuesday, which I find it a little bit odd that today was the day it happened. And it turns out it wasn't just Facebook and Instagram. There was global issues. There is something a little weird about what happened today.
Yeah. I have more context.
Not really.
There are major ISPs having issues. As some of you guys know, I work in tech. I was working with an office earlier today that is in Central California. They use Comcast for their internet connection. They could not connect to our servers in Virginia. They were getting their connection dropped midway across the country. And ISPs have those problems. That occasionally happens.
If you're not a nerd like Casey, an ISP is an internet service provider. I have to dumb it down a bit because Casey is, a Mountain Dew drinker that sometimes masturbates while writing code. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He doesn't masturbate. He does drink Mountain Dew, I bet.
That was
Though.
interesting.
Not really. I don't drink a whole lot of soda anymore. No.
Oh, okay.
But
I love
anyways,
Mountain Dew.
so there is a major issue going on. I sent the team some information that I have that shows that there was something a little bit more significant going on today across the interwebs. And I'm not sure exactly what it is. We don't have a whole lot yet on the full details, but there's something weird. It's not like why I was making fun of AT&T's outage. That was very different feel than this one, and from a tech perspective. And so that's why I wasn't making fun of it a whole lot, because I think this one could have had a different aspect to it. Like,
it's not. Here's the deal. It's not going to affect the primaries. I'll let you go. Hold on. It's not going to affect the primaries. People are like, it's going to affect. This is against Trump. If anybody wants to play the conspiracy game, it is maybe a test run. Is all I'm saying. Like that would be what I would see it as.
I don't. I really, honest to God, I think it was just one of them days. You know what I'm saying? today has been one of them days all the way through. So it's not a big surprise to me that
Yeah.
Today was a day that Facebook just kind of messed up. Meta really just messed up.
But it's
So I
not
don't
just
think it has
Facebook,
nothing to do with
though,
Cash.
primaries.
It's
I don't think
not
it has
just
nothing to
Facebook.
do with politics, period.
No, I don't think it has
Well, I'm just
anything to
saying,
do with
that's what-
politics. What I'm implying, and I'll be a little bit more clear here, is there could be some type of intervention, like manipulation being done, not from a political standpoint. Could have been a cyber attack or something, right? That caused this part of the infrastructure in our country to not interact appropriately with the rest of the country.
And it was
That
much
is-
more than
Well-
Meta. If it was just Facebook and Instagram, that's one thing. But it was across the board on Microsoft applications,
Mhm.
service providers, intercompanies. Like it ended up. And what's funny is all we cared about was Meta. Like, oh my God, Facebook's down. But it actually was a lot more than that, which is why it's interesting. What I find funny, Cash, is back in the day, they're scrambling the jets. The Vatican's power is down, and now we're saying there might have been something
guess
in this
what?
attack.
Guess what? When you sit down in a bathroom for 3 years with nothing but time to educate yourself, you kind of pull yourself out of the fluency. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to. My mind has gotten straightened out. All right. That's all. But I will say this. I think it was a lunar flare.
Oh, Jesus. Like that, those can happen and cause interruptions, but
Oh, yeah, really?
What
A lunar flare can happen?
a solar flare.
Solar
I
flare.
thought you meant solar flare.
I thought you meant a full
I
moon,
know.
like pulling
See,
somebody's pants
That
down.
was witty right there, wasn't it? See what I did there?
Yes,
That
it
was-
was.
Lunar
Pretty
flare.
good.
That's going to be trending
Yeah.
tomorrow. Lunar flare
Lunar-
knocks out all the communications. Lunar flare.
I don't think it's going to be. I'm not going to burst your bubble, Cash. I don't think it's going to be trending. We did make. So I was
It's
on
gonna
Chad
trend.
Prather's show today. You trend. You're a big bowl of trend, is what you are. I was on Chad Prather's show. It'll be airing next week, and we were making jokes about the AT&T outage being blamed on a solar flare. Again, I don't think that one was anything ultra nefarious or whatever, but the solar flare thing is an absolute joke. Like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that it would
Oh,
target
really?
one.
So you don't
one
believe in solar
provider.
flares?
I mean, I do believe in solar flares, but that's not what
Yeah.
happened there. Solar flares aren't going to have that kind of effect.
You don't know that?
No,
Have you ever been
they
through a solar
wouldn't.
flare?
It wouldn't affect. It wouldn't
You
affect
wouldn't-
just
you don't
one
know that.
carrier. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's right.
I
No,
know.
that's accurate.
I did hear what happened, though, to be honest with you. I did hear what
this should
happened
be
with
good.
with the whole outage yesterday. All right, so
Lizzo,
really what
get
happened
dad
was
jokes.
down.
no. This is actual fact. All right. So there was a war in the ocean in Atlantis, and Aquaman was trying to defend against the manta ray, and he ends up going and hitting the international cables that are underneath the ocean that connects everybody's interweb, and it caused an outage until obviously Aquaman defeated him and then put them back together so everybody could be back online.
If you like our gear, go to awakenotwokestore.com. We do have a lot of merch on there. Use Cash for 20% off. Cash is the gentleman that was just spreading misinformation in the upper left part of the screen. And also, if anybody actually bought that, though, then you know what? You deserve to be misinformed. So there's that.
I don't even know where that banner is.
Who doesn't believe that Aquaman is real? He's obviously real.
He's a real actor. I mean, that's true.
No.
So yeah, that's the outage today. And I liked my little joke. I took a little pride in that about the fact that I needed to come and tell people. And by the way, Kelly, this is what makes it funny is Kelly was like, I thought you were being serious, Anthony. I thought you really were being that idiot saying that you needed to tell people. If you didn't see it, I posted on the Truth page. I was saying, hey, I wanted to come
I did.
on.
I almost put a mad face on her fucking comment. I didn't appreciate it.
She does not get my sense of humor.
I got it. I was cracking up when I watched it. I was literally, I was
Cash.
cracking up in the car. I was cracking up. I said, this is great. And I wanted to steal some of it and do my own, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, this is too original. This is Anthony. He could have this one. So let Rusi get it. But then I was scrolling down watching the comments and seeing all the funny stuff. And then I seen her comment. I wanted to put so many angry faces. I almost made a comment underneath hers. Like, yo, you better get off my homie. Get off my homie. But I didn't. I kept it cool.
You've had a lot of practice with that in the joint, I could tell. Get off my homie! Get off my homie!
I think it went more like Lily, not homie. But
You
that was
see,
all right.
Cash is being all nice to me, and then I talk shit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry, Cash. I apologize. I love
That's why
you,
I don't
buddy.
like being nice to you. That's why
No,
I don't like being nice to you, you know?
I've been beat down so long by the Barrel Racer Blues that I don't even know how to accept kindness anymore. I don't. Thank you, Kev.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
You want to know why you don't know how to accept kindness, Russo?
Why?
Because you sit there and let a woman beat your ass all day. That's why. I will never. You've done lost
Blink twice,
nuts.
Anthony, if you
got to
need
get
help.
him back. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. As soon as I see Kelly, just let her know I'm snatching her purse, not because I'm black, but because I want my homie's balls back.
I was just gonna say that. Like, why are you doing this? All right,
Oh,
we're
shit.
changing topics on this one. Thank you,
That was
Bethany.
a poem.
What do you guys think about the 9-0 decision yesterday?
Oh, you mean the stuff that I was telling people? I've been said this. As soon as the first thing happened while I was locked up and they started taking them off the ballot, I said, listen, it's not going to stand. Once this gets to the Supreme Court, it's over with. They cannot legally, you cannot remove a person from running for a federal office. This is federal. This is not state. The state can't decide who's going to be the president. I mean, your state, obviously, if you live in a state, you vote and then it helps determine who's president. But you know what I mean? They can't stop you from running. And look at, sure enough, it was great.
What do you think on it, Russo?
Yeah, shut up, Car. I talked about this earlier. I think it's absolutely hilarious that like it's what's his name? Raskin. Jeremy, what's his first name? The Dem, whatever. So here's the issue. It's a 9-0.
Oh, did we just lose you? I think we
Yep,
just
we
lost
did.
you.
We lost him.
We just
Can't
lost
hear you. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't
Nope.
hear you.
We can't
Talking to
hear you.
yourself.
If you were
Are you
paying
on mine
attention,
now?
you would know. We can't hear you.
Oh, poor Rusi. That's what you get.
Oh.
That's what you get. What happened? Kelly, take your laptop. Huh? You using your phone, little baby? Can't have your laptop? Is that what happened?
I couldn't turn the damn thing off. Jamie Rask, can you hear me now?
Verizon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Jamie Raskin, why is my headset not working now? Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways, I ruined the whole thing. Oh,
You
now
did.
it's playing over the. Go, Casey, you tell us, and I'm gonna fix my audio. Okay.
Tell you.
Okay,
Okay. Well, we'll tell you. Fix your audio. All right. So when it comes down to the decision that was yesterday by the Supreme Court with 9-0, we all knew once it gets to the Supreme Court what it should be, what the decision should be. The issue is what I've been saying all along for like the last 6-9 months. You guys are probably sick of me saying it. I am sick of us sending everything to the Supreme Court and hoping that they get it right. Everybody we elect all the way up to the Supreme Court, which is appointed, all hold the oath of holding up the Constitution. We should be holding them accountable for allowing it to making it go all the way up there to make the right decision. That is the bigger problem. But overall, this was expected. It was expected, but there is going to be a change. If we keep sending everything to the Supreme Court, eventually something's not going to go the way you want it. And that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a problem. We need to stop sending everything there. You got your audio fixed?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear
Can
you
you
now.
hear
Yes,
me?
we can hear you, Russo. Yes, we can hear you.
I have AT&T, not Verizon. Anyways, I was trying to charge my phone,
Do you
and
not know
once I
what that
did,
joke is from?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Do you know what that is from?
Yeah, Verizon commercial.
Okay, there you go.
Boost Mobile, stupid.
Anywho, Cash knows about the prepaid cards. That's how they roll in the hood. All right. So,
You already know. It's a fact. Simple Mobile,
anyways,
that's
what I was
got.
saying is Jamie Raskin came out after the 9-0 ruling. And the fact that it's a 9-0, and I know what you just said, Casey, I understand that. Like, we can't keep relying on the Supreme Court. But in the instances, when it gets to the Supreme Court, to show that there is a political party in power, like the Democrats, where Biden has ignored student loan forgiveness ruling from the Supreme Court, and now 9-0 decision, this isn't even the liberal justices go, this is absolutely ridiculous. Somebody like Jamie Raskin is trying to continue. He is talking about the fact we are going to find a way to prosecute these offenses for Trump and get him off the ballots in many states. Like, that's what they're fighting for. They are fighting against the concept of democracy, destroying the whole bastion of a constitutional republic. It is the point where it's like our Supreme Court is, thank God, a failsafe. And for some odd reason, the Democrat Party that says that Republicans are the ones trying to be fascist are literally ruling by fascism. This one to me is as egregious as it gets that they're not dropping this case. And again, it's for the primary. I understand that. But overall, they're trying to set a precedent to get him off the ballot because they're just deathly afraid of Donald Trump.
Right. Well, and you
Yeah,
also
big
proved my
facts.
point. You said that Joe Biden is circumventing the whole thing and just signing executive orders, right?
Right.
Congress can actually reverse those executive orders if they really wanted to.
Exactly.
And Congress
they
is not doing that. And
I
so
know.
those are all people. I don't care if they're your favorite politician, Rand Paul, one of them. All of them should be held accountable for not speaking up and making adjustments here.
Facts on
I
facts.
agree.
And that's what I'm
100%.
saying. And I'm saying that mainly because of Kayla, your comment. What do we do to change it? We replace everybody, even if they are your favorite politician, because they're not standing up for the border. Congress can stand up for the border right now. We don't have to have the president do it. We're not a dictatorship. Congress can fill that gap and make the decisions, but we're not. So,
but our Congress is,
kinda
I
like-
mean, in all reality, there's so few politicians that have our best interests in mind, and that includes Republicans.
that's why I'm
It is
saying
so
remove
few.
them. Remove them all.
I got a question. I have a
Answer.
I
question.
gotta
I'm going
answer
to
me.
lead. I'm about to lead here. So love you too, sis. So here's the thing, right? The congressmen are elected by the people to put forth the will of the people, right? To put bills out there that the people agree on, and we're okay with this, right? And when they don't do that, if the people aren't satisfied with what they're doing, and they're still doing the wrong that they do, what are the people supposed to do according to the
Great question.
Constitution?
Well,
It's a
things
very
that we
easy answer.
things that we have trouble saying on shows without thinking that we're domestic terrorists.
Well, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, per Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and the preamble and all these things, all these truths that we hold to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and all of that good stuff. When you really look at it, I mean, there is something in there, because if they're doing what they want to do and not what the people want them to do, that is a form of tyranny, isn't it?
Yep.
They're just doing what they want to do. That's tyrannical, right?
The way that I would describe that, though, Cash, is a lot like what's happening, what I believe should be happening in Israel with Hamas. Like, I don't like what's happening to the Palestinian people, but until somebody stands up to Hamas and unifies against them, including the Palestinian people, things aren't going to change. And I feel the same way in the United States of America, because the fascist tyrannical side controls 90% of the media. We don't have a unit, and that's where I believe you come into play, Cash. That's why you have such a powerful voice, is we need to find a way to unify people to understand that, yes, I can disagree with Joe across the street who's a Democrat. He could disagree with me because I vote Republican, but at the end of the day, we have to believe in freedoms. And until we unify as a people, we can't fight back.
The problem, one of the biggest problems I see, is that people have sensationalized politicians. We have come to a point where they treat their politicians that are their elected officials like celebrities. So instead of disagreeing when they do something wrong, they fight tooth and nail to protect them and make excuses for them, even though they disagree with what they're doing. You can't even say that they're doing something wrong if they're like a diehard AOC supporter, or a diehard Biden supporter, or a diehard Trump supporter, or a diehard Marjorie Taylor Greene supporter. They all do stupid shit. Everybody's guilty of doing some shit that is stupid. All of them. Even Trump. And I love Trump. But he's done some stupid shit that I've studied up on. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. If he does something stupid, I'm okay with saying I disagree with that. But overall, I agree with this. And I don't like what this person's doing, but I like what they're doing right here. But let me ask you this question, Mr. Democrat, who thinks that he's against me because I'm not a Democrat. Do you like gas prices right now? Well, no, I don't like gas prices, Mr. Not Democrat. Well, Mr. Democrat, I don't like the high gas prices right now either. We agree on something. Let me ask you this. do you agree that it's horse shit that people that are not from this country get flown all around this country and given, places to stay and free phones and food and shelter, all of these things that you can't get because you live here, because you're an American? Oh, no, I think that that's utter horse shit too. I think that that's messed up. I mean, I really would like to help them people, though. Well, me too. I'd really like to help them too. But shouldn't we be entitled to all them things that they're now allowing for these people to happen? Hey, let me ask you this, Mr. Democrat. Do you think that it is cool that we send billions and billions and billions of dollars to other nations and fund their wars while we have war zones right here in America happening? There's a whole bunch of kids dying every weekend over here in Chicago. What about over there by you, where you live? Well, yes, Mr. Not Democrat. We have a lot of people dying over here too in Detroit and all these other places. Oh, so you think that that's horse shit too? Yes, it's horse shit. Well, we agree on this. Why don't we talk to our elected officials and ask them why the hell they keep voting to do these things?
Right.
But so we don't need everyone. Here's and this is my black pill, and I hate to black pill sometimes and give the super negative side, is we can stand up to our elected officials, but the problem is the brainwashing in this country has gone so deep and so dark that they don't even need to fight against us anymore. They have created such a division in belief systems that they can literally watch us tear ourselves apart. That's the question of how do we get to where you're talking about, Cash, where we can actually have a voice. And I think a lot of it takes a lot of it's going to take a complete breakdown of our system. We have to get rid of 3-letter agencies, the bulk of them.
But the thing is, question everything.
We have to, but the thing is, but we do. How do we get the and I don't think it's 2/3 of the country are actually still sane. I think it's actually quite a bit less than that. I think it's 1/3 the other way that's actually still sane. I think that it's a much more difficult argument.
Well, no, think of this, right? When you go outside your doors every day and you see all these different people, none of the people that you talk to have the exact same ideology as you. Yes, we might wear these hats and they see these hats and like, oh, okay, they must be on this side and think this kind of way. But that doesn't make them hate you. Like, you interact with people on a daily basis in the real world, not on social media, where you get along with them. It's not until you start discussing the things that are divisive that causes you to have the conflict with people. And that's rare in the real world. It only exists on social media. So what if, right? Social media is being used to keep people thinking that the world is just this horrible place where everybody's so divided. Because I don't see the division in the real world. I only see it when I get on my computer. I only see it when I look at my phone. I don't see it when I'm talking. I talk to a bunch of people all the time that are Democrat, that don't agree with the way that things are right now. I talk to a bunch of people on a daily basis that love this hat and they're Democrat. I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis that know that I was a part of the insurrection and they think I'm dope. And they disagree with what happened on January 6th. And I'm telling them that's cool. I understand. I disagree with a lot of what happened that day too. And we have common ground. But it's not until I get right here on this platform and all the other platforms that we use that you start to see the divisiveness. It's an illusion. It doesn't exist in the real world. So then when they see us in the real world start coming together, like what happened after January 6th, you had the Proud Boys and Black Lives Matter protesting together in the streets together, but it didn't get a lot of news coverage. So when they start seeing us come together,
unity is not sexy.
Check it out. When they start seeing people come together, you know what they do? Oh, look at this. Border crossings, all these people coming over. Be angry about it, conservatives. Hey, look at this. Black man gets killed by a racist white cop. Be angry, black people. Hey, look at this. Racist white guy said something bad about Palestinians. Be angry, people that support Palestine. It's all by design. It's all by design. Do you think that these protests that happen across this country when it comes to the Israel and Palestine situation, do you think that they are organic? No. If you haven't learned anything from 2020, what happens is big money people, these wealthy people, design and orchestrate these protests to happen. They get a bunch of people to come out there that's not even from there to rile up the people that are from there and get them to start this movement and create this angry, chaotic situation. It's all bullshit. And it's by design. So what we have to do is question everything. Don't be mad when you see the protests happening in your city, because it's not going to last long. If you just let it run its course, then you can interact with the people that were out there protesting with these people that weren't from there, weren't from the community. And you can let them know, like, yo, we agree with you, man. We want Palestine to be free too. You know, we just hate the loss of life that's happening right now. We disagree with both of the governments. They're both fucked up and doing some war crimes. It shouldn't even be happening. And then now you have common ground. Now this person who was out there angry just last week is now understanding you and be like, yo, this guy, he gets it. And you create
people can't be so dedicated to their belief system. They have to realize that there is such thing as gray area. Real quick before Casey talk, I want to address the Convention of States. How do I say this nicely? So I met Mark Meckler. He was a great guy. He is the guy that is like the head of Convention of States. I tried working with them. In no simpler terms, that organization is an absolute shit show and a waste of a massive amount of people and movement. They run based on local chapters. They have no organization. When people try to work with them, nobody knows who to go back and forth with. They overly guard their email list, and instead of doing the right thing, and when it comes to how can I help, nobody knows how to answer. And I'm in one of the biggest states for the Convention of States. Also, the overall purpose of the Convention of States is a constitutional thing that will never happen. It's a pipe dream. So utilize it will never happen based on the way they're going about it. So I know a lot about the Convention of States. I tried working with them. I tried getting involved, and getting involved was absolutely impossible. It's very similar to our government. It's run locally by people that are ancient and have no idea how to use modern technology and how to get people together. That's my little spiel on it drives me nuts because they have like 5 million people on their email list and the ability to actually organize and do things, and instead they are run like a third world organization. Sorry, soapbox over.
No, you're good. I have similar renditions from conventions of states here in Utah. It's a mess here, and honestly, I run into more Q people, and so they're not even organized in the sense in how we're going to solve this. It's Trump is in power because the military is controlling the government. That is the mentality here under the Utah chapter, and it's like, okay, not doing this. And that is where Russo is talking about the dysfunction. Like, you can't have that if you're going to unify the country and come back together. Now, I love the methodology and the thought process. We should have something like that.
100%.
You got to have some more solid leadership to bring it in and keep people on focus with certain goals. And I see that missing with them.
And I actually really liked Meckler and his wife, but the issue is the people that, and it like you said, it's run by local chapters. Every local chapter that I've talked to in the state of Texas, and from other experiences, like Casey just mentioned, Utah and other places, they're not your friend. They ghost you. Perfect. Like, I don't know who Cheryl is. That's exactly the communication level. And they pass you back and forth, and nobody knows what their right hand and their left hand is doing. And the thing is, it is a pipe dream based on the way they're doing it, because it takes decades for this to work, decades for a convention of states to happen. So in the meantime, you need to be constantly building what you're doing in those 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. Right. And they just don't do it. I know we've gotten off topic, but it's bad. It is a waste. It's wasted talent.
We need the people to come together. That's what we need.
Correct. Yeah. That is the more important thing, is being focused on how we're going to take back our country, even though I'm really getting sick of saying that because everybody's using it, but sitting on the couch. But when it comes down to this whole thing, we all need to come together and figure out how we do that. And honestly, picking red or blue is not really the solution. If you haven't been paying attention the last 3 years, they're the same team. It doesn't matter at this point.
Red or blue, they both smell like poo-poo.
Yeah. So next topic.
What's our next? Because I'm going to stay on for 5 more minutes. So what's the next topic?
Well, if we're going to stay on for 5 more minutes, give me your prediction for Super Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Super Tuesday.
What percentage of out of what is it? 800? How many delegates Trump gets today?
Well, that's a hard one because I don't know which state split. Because it's. I mean, I think it's going to be unanimous. It's going to be a unanimous sweep for Trump. There's no chance Nikki Haley wins any state. She will win some delegates, but I think it will be a full sweep. There is nobody that is a voter of Nikki Haley and the conservative Republican side that would actually make any waves. She does not have any numbers whatsoever. And the bigger question is, will she continue after getting her ass beat? Is she going to continue to run? And I sadly say yes. I think she's in for the long haul.
Cash, what do you think?
No. Everything that Russo said, except the fact that she's going to stay in. She's definitely going to drop out. After this, she's going to have to bow out. She's not going to have a choice. She's not going to have a choice. This is going to be disgraceful. This is about to be disgraceful. What's about to happen? It's about to demoralize her on a level that she's not had ever in her political career, and it's gonna make her bow out. If she has any hope of a future in politics, she's gonna bow out.
Her issue is not a future. Her ass got spanked in her own home state. She got demolished in Michigan when she was at expecting 40%. She got 26%. She got her ass handed to her already. She is in there right now because of dark money, and that dark money and that DNC money and all that prop. She has one purpose. She doesn't give a shit about the future of her political career. She knows that she is taken care of for the rest of life by the Democrat Party and by the establishment by trying to undermine Trump's election campaign. Yeah, she did win DC. She won Washington DC, which there's what was it, 1,200 people.
Right.
There was like 1,200.
It's like, whoop! Congratulations.
Yeah,
Right.
the most Democrat Republicans in the country. Yeah.
So when it comes to, I agree. Trump's going to win by a landslide in the primaries. I'm saying he's going to probably pull in 80-90% of the delegates, and it's going to look horrible for Nikki Haley. On what happens with Nikki Haley, I think Nikki Haley's done. And there's already rumors going around that she's pulling ads and canceling events. I don't know if there's a whole lot of truth to that because she just openly admitted on Fox News that no, she is not canceling events and pulling ads. But if that is the case, yeah. And so all in all, she's done. She has no choice. Single party pistol.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this. Either way, the shit don't matter, because let's say Trump gets back in, right? It doesn't matter if the people are still divided. It doesn't matter. It'll be the exact same thing, except the economy will be better, the border will be closed, and that's the thing that we gotta get. As long as people are still looking at these politicians and just praising them because they're from where they're from and they hate Trump, we ain't gonna get nowhere. You know, we got to get people to start seeing it. And really the way that I feel like we can combat that is everybody where you live, where you're from, right? We got people that follow us from all 50 states in this country, right? Start putting your congressman on blast. Look at the bills that they voted on and see if you agree with them, and then show this to the people. Say, yo, do you agree with this? You know, look at what this person did, and just start putting them on blast. Is all we talk about is Biden and Trump. And then every so often we'll get somebody that's, you know, a senator that falls asleep on stage, or a congressman that slips up and says something stupid, or some kind of scandal. No, talk about the policy. That's the only way you're going to get people to see. Talk about the policy. Go look at what they vote on. Go look at the legislation that some of them write up themselves before Congress to be voted on. This is the thing. This is the way.
I'm going to make this my final statement. I'm going to respond to, what if she's working with Trump, spewing their rhetoric and wasting all of their money? I love you for watching the show. That is, I would bet my whole life savings, Cash's virginity, and Casey's multiple computer systems. That is not what's happening. But I love your positivity and enthusiasm. But that is not true.
Yeah, you can't waste the money of the wealthy. The ultra wealthy, they don't have a limit to their funding.
No, I mean, look at what they tried to do to Carrie Lake. They tried to give her millions and millions of dollars to just not run.
Just bow out.
They want sheep. And this is the best reference I heard today. And then I'll hear the last thing you're going to say, Casey. This is about Second Amendment. This is about the way that we are as a society. This is about the way they try to take away anybody with a voice. It was a meme of wolf biting a sheep, and the sheep said it was not the wolf that killed the sheep, it was the teeth. So then they took the teeth out of the wolf, or I'm sorry, they took the teeth out of their own mouths, out of the sheep, but the wolf still had its teeth. That's essentially a very similar analogy to everything happening in politics. They're trying to take away anything that could give us our voice or give us the capability to fight back and speak back. Meanwhile, they're still doing the same shit over and over, and they're just sharpening their teeth.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the results. They're starting to come in, guys. Trump is at 53% with 1% reporting in North Carolina. Virginia is 63% with 28% reporting. Nikki Haley is ahead in Vermont with 52% with 9% reporting.
Wow.
Vermont is a state that I'm not. It may happen. It's a Bernie Sanders state, so we'll find out, right? But
Bernie Bros switched to Trump, so that's surprising.
Well, I think there's some that are not that committed to switching, and they went middle ground and went Nikki middle ground for them. But Russo, I had a last question for you before you go that I thought of a topic that we should actually talk about. So we didn't discuss this before. Who is your vote for Senate Minority Leader? Now that Mitch McConnell,
I did a bunch of radio spots this week. There, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I know that it's not the rhinos. It's not who's the guy that already said that he would try to step up and do it. Mitch McConnell Jr., the guy that's already not liked because he's ultra rhino. John Cornyn, definitely not John Cornyn, the first one to speak up.
Yeah.
But across the board, I have to look at. I mean, Rick Scott, I know is trying to. I have issues with Rick, but at least he's younger. I don't know. I have no idea.
Cash, do you have a thought on that?
I don't care. What is it? What have they done? What do they do anyway? I mean,
so when you're talking about
talking
about unifying people and bringing people together, you elect a leader, right? And the strongest leader in the Senate, I believe, that we have right now is Rand Paul. And he is one that is actually trying to fight something for the people, and makes the most sense for me.
I don't think he's going to run, though. I don't think he wants it.
Can I just tell you something, though, Casey? Can I tell you something?
Was hesitant to say no on Hannity yesterday.
I didn't see that. Okay. All right. You know how I feel about Rand Paul. I like Rand Paul.
What?
I got to tell you something, guys. We don't need a political champion. We need a people's champion.
I think that's
we need a people's champion. No, he's a politician at the end of the day. He's a fucking politician.
Oh, I know. I know where you're going with this.
I'm just saying, we need a regular person that isn't affiliated with no political nothing to stand up and be a champion for the people and get people to come together and just do the shit that we're talking about. Look at all of them with a microscope. Get a team of people together, 10 people from each state, to really focus in on the congressmen and senators of that state and see what we like and what we don't like and put that shit on the forefront. It needs a whole total revamp.
It doesn't have to be.
I don't like really anybody.
It could be kind of anybody, but you're right. It doesn't have to be a politician. It will be, but it doesn't have to be. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you're asking for too complex of a solution for right now. Right? People don't get that concept of going that far. Right? If we did, you would have had Trump as Speaker of the House a long time ago. And that's one of the biggest things that I see that. And although I do agree with you that we do need a champion for us American citizens, but I don't see that that's going to happen. We don't have that type of shift in the political arena, which is why it would have to be somebody that's probably in there. And Rand Paul is the one that seems to make the most sense for me at the moment. And I think overall, he would be a solid one for the time being. Now, I don't think Rand Paul is going to be a politician for much longer. He has already implied that he is not going to be there as long as his dad. So I don't think that it would be someone long-standing.
It's because he made all that pharma money.
Man, look, let me tell you something. When a car has a busted engine in it, right? And then you go and get another car that has a busted engine in it, and you take out that engine and put in the other busted engine, the car's still fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But
That's
you
it.
have to.
And all them engines are busted. The whole fucking yard is a junkyard. That's all I'm saying. Every
What we
car
need
here
is
got a
more
problem with
dogs on video. That's what we need. We need more dogs on video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we kind of blew through our topics pretty quickly. We might end up with a little bit of a shorter show today. Russo, are
Y'all
you
got me
signing off?
fired
Is
up
that
right
what
now.
you're
I'm not
telling
even
us?
gonna lie.
What's that?
Y'all got me fired up right now. I might do a cash rant after
Well,
this.
then why don't you let Cash do a Cash rant? Save this for later. You could record this and keep it when Cash does his ending thing. Woo! There you go.
Oh, geez.
Save it.
Save it. Yeah. Right. Like we were ready
Hey,
for
lock that in. Producer. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Cash, we'll figure out. I'll call you later. Bye, buddy. I get to see
figure it out.
Oliver Anthony play tonight, by the way. All right. Good talk.
Hey, wait a
That'll be
minute. Where
awesome.
you going? Wait a minute. Hold on, bro. You can hang out for like 3 more seconds so we can do this the right way. We're gonna end this the right way. Okay.
Oh, and then you're gonna do a
we're
rant.
just going to end it right now?
Oh, and then you're going to do a
No, we're gonna
separate
end it
rant.
right
Got
now.
it. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
go for it. Let's do this.
Unite. Don't fight. Be a street light. Because only you could be the change that you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America. Because without God, everything falls apart.
Woo!
Yeah, brother.
That was just
Yeah.
awkward.
That
good.
was you held it a long time.
That was.
Jeez.
You were making out with your dog, though. That's what people
I feel-
like. I think that's
I feel
illegal.
like
in-
you took a
well, not in
little too
Texas,
much
probably,
time.
but everywhere else in America, pretty sure it's illegal.
Yeah, we did
My-
see some tongue in that one.
I'm changing my pants right now. If you guys are wondering.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
horrible. That's
Good
horrible.
thing
That
we're not
small
on screen
side.
right now.
We wouldn't see much.